Hello everyone, welcome to a new vlog. I hope you're all well. Today I'm out in the garden. It's a very wet day today, but I do have some veggies that I want to put in. So this is what we're working with down here, and I want to try and get those in. I'll show you a better view of what I'm doing. So these are the pots that I've picked up. I just picked up these from Bunnings. Just a couple of easy container pots. They do have legs that you can attach to them. Now these are just simple ones from the hardware store, and they will hopefully be going down here. So down here, this is slightly elevated, which does make it a little bit difficult with some of the pots. I do get a little bit weight bearing to one side. However, I do plan to slightly level it out and possibly run some quite large wide pavers here just to give them a steady surface. I've just strung up my tomato plants, which regrew. I'd actually put all these pots aside, taken them all off to redo this section. So these have actually regrown without me realizing, and doing quite well. So yeah, so the idea is to get those to there, and we just need to put them together. Now the starters that I've chosen this time around, I'm going with some rainbow silver beets. We're going to give those a run. It's quite wet here at the moment, but we'll see how they do. We're going to pop in some spring onions, get some of those going. And these are nice easy containers, so it shouldn't be too difficult growing these. I don't have my big garden beds anymore for now. Some spinach. And we've got some sprouts. I love growing sprouts. They're such a fun thing to grow. And finishing up with some Tuscan kale. So this is just to get the small beds started back off. Just something nice and easy. And yeah, just some fresh, nice greens. Oh, we have a little visitor. This is Kiwi. Nope, we're not going to have a pack. Okay, so I'm going to work to get these into here. First, I'm going to pull all that tape off, put these legs together. I do need to put some bark or soil or something in the legs to give them some sturdiness and will allow better drainage. So I'll do that. Yeah, that's autumn here. No, winter, sorry. Winter. So it's quite wet. We've had a lot of rain. I managed to mow the grass yesterday, which was a miracle. I just managed to get in between the mowing. These trees are so beautiful, but they drop a lot. We've actually got quite a few big ones. Every single tree here, you've got I think it's a silver birch. Let me just move this around. We've got the silver birch up there, another oak. I'm not exactly sure what this one is, but it turns a beautiful red and just drops leaves everywhere. Another oak and some more down there. So every single big tree here will actually is completely deciduous, and it all ends up down here. So it's a lot of cleaning up, but it's also very good for mulching and mulching the plant.
So at this moment I was just heading into the shed. That's where I store my bark pieces. I have a wheelbarrow in there with all of the bark in it. So this is where I use the bark to fill the legs to give it a little bit of support and sturdiness. So just getting myself in there, watching out for any spiders. We do live in Australia after all. You never know what's in your shed waiting for you. So just getting in there and just making sure it's all good. Dog running around having a lovely time. But just preparing each of the legs, filling them up one by one, and working towards the best possible support for their legs and the best possible drainage and flow for the containers. Once they're full, they need to have a good flow of water just to make sure that they're draining out appropriately and they're not going to get waterlogged if you were to have soil in there. So the soil can compact in the legs and it can create a lot of blockages. There really is only a small drain hole in the bottom of these legs, so it's a really good idea to use bark or something that's a little a little bigger to be able to allow for that sort of drainage. So you can see here I'm just slowly filling up each of the legs. It takes me quite a while to do each one, but it's just a couple of handfuls to do each leg, and then I will work to put them together. So it was quite time consuming. There's a lot of legs to get through. So yeah, but that was a bit of a slow process, a long process to do all of that. And once that was complete, then I can put them together and show you how the legs fit onto the containers. Very simple, easy process to put those containers together. They're a very simple container. Like I said, I just got them in Bunnings. They weren't too expensive. They were relatively cheap, so it wasn't a hard thing to do. I looked around a little bit. I only wanted something that was small. I didn't want anything that was too large for that area. Like I said, I had garden beds there. I had them removed, so I just wanted something small and easy to maintain for the moment, and this was the best option. So part of the fun is putting them all together. So you can see here, once I've got the bark in the legs, I'm just tipping a little bit out just so that it can fit on the edge of the tub, and it's really as simple as just putting each one on, giving them, you know, a little tap just to make sure they're secure and they're on well, so there's nothing's going to tip over. And I just did that for each leg, and they were pretty good. They came up pretty sturdy. Just making sure each leg's on, and put the final leg on, and then once I have all the legs on and I know they're secured and on well, then I'll just put the unit down, the container down, and just give it a good press on the ground just to make sure that they're all on really well, and sturdy. So it was just going through those one by one, so you can see there what they look like once they're put together and all the legs on and they're strong. There's not too much of a lean on this one, so it actually turned out quite well, and I was really happy with how they turned out and how they're looking. So we'll get the rest done.
So I've assembled the troughs, 4 troughs, are all put together. I'll give you a look. So these are the troughs. So you can see the legs are completely removable. So what I've done, take you into here, is I've just used some of this bark. I've just used some of this in the legs just to help with drainage, so that all the water doesn't just flow out and it doesn't get clogged up with soil. So that will help with the water flow and the drainage. So now I'm going to grab some soil, and probably these 40 litre, pretty sure they're a 40 litre, these ones. So the bags I've got 4 50 litre bags, so we're going to pop those in, one for each trough, and yeah, and then we'll get some plants in there. So next step is to get the soil in. Now for my soil, a tip, always use a trolley. I use a trolley. I have a weak lower back, so it's really important to be careful lifting these really heavy bags. If you've got core strength, then it's not a problem. But I usually drag my things around in my yard with a trolley just to make it that little bit easier. So yeah, I think that'll be quite good there. A bit cold here today. I'm sweating now. But it's pretty cool. We've got some, I think down in the Snowy Mountains of actually having some snow today. So it's a bit cool breeze. Hey mate, hey little boochie. Oh, nice. How are you doing? It's my Mr. and Mrs. little girl, little boy here. I'll show you. There's my boy. There's my baby. Oh, Ash, come here, mate. There's my baby. He was a little unwell, a little poorly last night, weren't you? Hey, we had to do a run to the vet. Oh, falling over. A run to the vet. Turns out he might have some spinal issues, possibly UTI, kidney issues or something. But, you know, he's 13 this year, getting older. This one over here, always eating something. Oh, this yard needs a clean up. You can tell it's been very wet for a long time. So yeah, he's been a bit poorly. He hasn't been very well the last 24 hours. So we're back to the vets tomorrow. And some tests and some scans for this one. So he's, I think he'll be fine. I think it's just, they seem to think it's just a bit of old age. He is getting older, so he's got, some issues with his spine. It was just seemed to be radiating right down through his chest. So, yeah. All right, let's go get some soil, do some heavy lifting. All right, so I have prepared 4 of my troughs, and I have put the bark in the bottom and carried them with my trolley over here. So you can see there, that was a lot of work, but we have 4 troughs, and in those troughs we have bark, which I will show you. So there's some compost, and I want to mix a little bit of that into each one just to give it just a little bit more oomph and to help them grow a little bit better. So I'm just going to pop this on a time lapse, pop you off my deck up here, which is where you'll be, and time lapse will be a lot easier. And I'm just going to cut each one of these bags open. I find it easier rather than holding it and trying to empty it all in. Put it in the container that you want, slice the bottom with the scissors, and literally just lift it up, drop it all in. So that's what I do. And then I'm going to add some of this compost. Let's do it. That was enjoyable and hard work. I'm a bit hot. Oh, we have a little visitor. Would you like to see my visitor? Let's go and meet her. It's either socks or boots. Let's go and have a look and see. Hello, darling. Hi. How's one of my favorite girls? Hello, darling. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Hello, sweet girl. Hello, darling. Oh dear, and this one comes along and scares her off. No. Oh. And get her to come back over. She is such a sweet girl. And there is her sister. Hello, sweet girl. It's okay, she's had her fun. She's a naughty little labradoodle. Come on, it's okay. Oh, we were going to have a lovely pat. She likes to have a pat, and she tries to lick you, but yeah, she comes over and she has a little pat. And this one over here has a little pat sometimes as well, but mostly this one. And we've got the ponies up the back. Let's see if I can zoom in for you. There we go. Now, I can't take credit, they're not mine. These ponies are registered here. Well, not ponies, they're horses. They're registered here in one of the back paddocks. Cheeky little monkeys. One of them's currently away. The dark blue one is away. Dark brown. You can see I'm a little bit exhausted from all that potting. But yeah, no, she is really lovely. They're so friendly. I love cows. My goal is to have some cows and some of my own land. We lease this land here, which, like I said, we've had so many things here down this fence line. I've had 6 garden beds and a chook house. But that was a little while ago now, and we had to have some changes, so I just kind of decided to bring it back lightly. But yeah, it's really nice. I do love it here. It's very peaceful and relaxing. And out this way you've got some banana trees. If anyone knows, I would love a tip on this. Banana trees. These banana trees, probably about 3 years ago, started out very, very small. They were supposed to be dwarf banana trees. There was nothing dwarf about these banana trees. But if anyone knows what banana trees need in order to get them to fruit, please share it in the comments below, because I'd really like to know, because they haven't fruited yet. There's no fruit. We've had no bananas off them. They are in pots, so I am thinking about actually taking them out and just putting them in the ground. Maybe that will, a bit more nutrients will help get those to grow. But yeah, I can't get them to grow any fruit, so we'll see if we can. How you doing, mister? He's having a sniff, little sniff. Yeah, but I love these girls. Lovely. I could just sit and watch them all day. Oh, this one's having a little scratch. Show you. And hold on, still. Oh, was just having a little wee scratch on the branch. Oh, he's all stuck under there. She's stuck. Out she comes. Come on. She's having a scratch. That must be really good. It's so beautiful. Something about cows. They're just so calming. They're so calming and relaxing. This is the best view every day. Right, so now back to these gardens, and okay, so you can see the 4 are done. Leftover soil, but I've got a lot of other things to pot, so that's where all this other soil will be going. And I was thinking about probably putting some marigolds around the edges of these pots. I'll probably just put them like down around the edges here, down here, just for some extra pest control. And yeah, so let's get those veggies in. I'm getting a bit warm, I'm sweating, and I'm getting a bit pink. So yeah, let's go get these veggies and get those in. I think I'm just going to get them, and I'm just going to place them out into the pots that I want them in, and just move them around a little bit and see which one is the best spot where. So let's go and get them. Okay, veggies have been secured. Let's just grab the other ones and decide what we're going to put where. Okay, so we've got the kale over there, spinach. I think I'll put the taller ones at the back. Sprouts I will put here. The spinach I might put across the front, or there's the option of doing basically one style per pot. I could do all of the Brussels sprouts in here, all of the silver beet in here, all of the kale, all of the spring onions, and maybe do a sprinkle of the spinach across the front. So I think we'll do that. So I think I'll pop you back on time lapse and we'll start planting them out, and then I'll show you what they look like once they're planted. here's everything. Oh, all planted in except one. Let's just, you know what? Let me just flip you around. All planted except one. So I might just pop this one in here. It's a double spinach, but that's okay. I'll just pop that over there. That'll be fine. Okay, so what I've done is I've decided to put all this Brussels sprouts because they grow quite tall. So I've put all the Brussels sprouts in their own tub because that's going to be quite a lot of sprouts. This one here, we've got the silver beet here at the back. That is a rainbow silver beet, and I've just put the few spinach in the front there. We've got the Tuscan kale, 1, 2, 3, 4 Tuscan kale. Fix this little guy up. Give me a bit more support. So we've got 4 Tuscan kale in that one, and the spring onions. I've actually just clumped them together, the spring onions, and I can always pick them out afterwards if I need to. And given how everything spreads out and how some are bigger than others, I have just put the spinach 3 in this one, 3 in this one, 2 in this one, and none in this one. So there we have it. And from here, because I have cats and this can be a complete disaster with cats, I tend to sprinkle, it's a eucalyptus citrus, completely pet friendly soil duster, and it just keeps them off them. So I'll grab some of that and pop some of that on as well. Okay, so I'm not actually recommending this to anybody, but it's what I use. It's called Skedaddle. And if you've got cats, if you know, you know, they will destroy your pots and your soil. So I'm going to pop some of this in, and I just give it a light sprinkle over the soil, just in between. And like I said, completely natural, so it just deters them. I don't like citrus. Doesn't affect the food or the plants or anything. You can just get it from your hardware garden shop, something. Got it on my I also have it on my tomato pots, basically anything else. So it just, like I said, it's called Skedaddle. It's dog and cat deterrent granules. But yeah, like I said, I don't recommend it, but I recommend it for me. But yeah, I find it quite good. Okay, so I'll show you what that looks like once it's on there. Just going to give you a look. So it's just a light sprinkling over the soil, and it's just to make sure the cats, because I have 2 cats, that don't jump up here and decide to start digging and using it as their personal toilet, which is what they sometimes like to do in my other plants, like my hydrangea over there. It becomes their personal bathroom. So deter we must. I'm pretty happy with that. I do need to put some soil in to top up my hydrangea, so I'm going to use some of my leftover soil. I'll just grab some of this. And pop some of what I had left over into over here. So Mum just came out and reminded me of my parenting responsibilities. My daughter's at work and I'm due to pick her up in probably about half an hour or so. So I just topped up, also the lemon tree, because the lemon plant was very empty.
Oh, you got scissors down there?
Pardon?
You got scissors?
I have scissors. Can I have those ones? And I've got some sweet peas that I'm going to put in. I bought some fresh seeds. So I've just got, I do have some in the garage, but they're quite old. So I have got these ones. And they grow in a cooler climate. So, and these ones, they grow in a cooler climate. So I'm going to pop those into that. And I'm just going to use some of our old tomato steaks and just see how they go. The one out the front I have is a bit better because I've created a cage for that, and they have so many little tendrils, they really need something to grab onto. But I'm going to try those in there, see how they go. Top up the lemon, the soil of the lemon, and wind myself in the enormous spikes. So yeah, I might pop you back another time lapse and we'll just kind of whiz through all that stuff. So that's the sweet peas done. I put both of those in there. You can see I've just made myself up a trellis, which being sweet peas, I will cage around this with some chicken wire or some fine wire, and I usually create a cone because these little girls and boys love to climb. So it runs quite high, and I think that'll do for now. I'm going to water those in. Not too much, and I'm going to water all of these in because I'm really happy with that. They look amazing. So I get a nice, yeah, they look really good. I'm very pleased with that. I'm so pleased with them. So pleased. They've come out really good. Very happy. All right, let's give these a little water dusting. Collect the seeds. I don't want to soak them too much. I just want to make sure the water's getting down in there to wet those seeds. And a little lick of water. There goes the dog's water. It's probably going to rain a lot tonight. Let me just adjust you so you can see what I'm doing. It's probably going to rain a lot tonight anyway, but I need to water them into the soil. And I'm just hoping it doesn't attract any possums. If that happens, I do have some cloches, but I do need some bigger ones. So we'll just see how it goes. If we have any casualties, we'll just put some more in. Now that the beds are up. Oh, there's my little friend. I'll show you my favorite friend. See this little guy? I love them. The willy wagtail. We have a little water. Oh, off he goes. Oh, he's on the, oh, I can't see him. I've lost him. There he is. We have a little hanging water bath there, and he just loves it. Oh, there's two. I've got both of them today. Okay. Well, they're having a lovely little play. This way. Okay, back to watering. Right. Oh, back to watering. Probably enough for now because I think I'm going to have a lot tonight. I'll give some more to my hydrangea quickly. Alright, so I think that's probably pretty much it for today. I'll give these tomatoes a bit more water. I'm going to sprinkle those sweet peas with some skedaddle because I don't want my cats digging in there. Okay, that's that done. Right, so there we have it. Container veggies, 4 containers, sprouts, sweet pea, kale, spring onions and spinach, and we'll see how they go. And yeah, we'll track their progress. It's I should go now and clean up and head off to pick my daughter up from work.